Welcome one, welcome all. It is May 18th, I presume, today. These videos, I don't really, a lot of times I don't really plan out what exactly I'm going to say before I do it. I just feel like it's better if it's more organic, more natural, because then you have to speak from the heart. You can't just read off a script or whatever. Got the selfie stick going again today. Really need to use this a lot more because it's like the world's longest selfie stick. I showed it in a video a long time ago, but I mean, it really goes way the heck out there. And that's only a fraction of it. But I really should use this more in the video making. A couple of things. Got on the keto last night, or yesterday, I should say. Marissa's a really good cook, and she's really creative with her recipes and stuff. So we had some keto cabbage rolls, some shrimp. I mean, it was a really good meal. You're not really hurting. You're not really starving on this diet. You just miss the things that you want to eat, like cupcakes and pasta and bagels. But honestly, the food is delicious. And if you can just not do the carb thing, it's a lot easier. So I think my body kind of saw the opportunity to rest because I slept harder last night than I've slept in a long time. And, I had very vivid dreams. Of course, I don't remember them, but I remember they were vivid when I was there. Um, Woke up, got up for a little bit. I went and laid down just for another second, around 8. And next thing I know, I'm opening my eyes and it's closer to 10 in the morning. So I think my body was just taking advantage of no alcohol being in there. And, and me just kind of changing my mindset to become more healthy and more in better shape and everything. So yeah, slept like a rock. That was really great, but I've kind of it's been hard to get the wheels turning today just because I am kind of dragging ass, but I think there's a lot of things, going on inside with, your liver, your kidneys, your heart, your lungs, everything. It all needs rest, and your body needs time. Your immune system needs time to repair these things and to, get these viruses and diseases out of you that maybe have been lying dormant in there because your body just hasn't had time to take care of them or something. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so I'll just say that keto seems like it would be easy, but it does get hard because we're so spoiled in America with our food choices and McDonald's and Burger King and, like I said, cupcakes and pies and cakes and everything is so freaking delicious. We're so spoiled. You can still be spoiled and eat delicious foods on this diet. It's just not what you're used to, and that's the hardest thing. And that's the thing with everything in life is habits. Breaking those habits, not drinking, going for a walk instead of turning on the TV, blah, blah, blah. Everything is just a habit in life. So that's that. I weighed myself this morning. I didn't think it'd matter, and it definitely doesn't. I was down 1 pound. Again, I don't think that's the thing to look at after your first day of being good to your physical body. But I was down 1 pound, 1.5 pounds, I should say, just to note. And that's about it for the health stuff today. So now I want to turn the focus a little bit back to financial freedom and talk about the stock market and a couple things that I have learned. I'm by no means an expert, so you can take my advice if you want, but it's trial and error with me, and I learn something new every single day. And like I said, I'm that much further ahead of someone that's never done the stock market or someone that's only studied it for a year or whatever. I'm 5-6 years ahead of them, but I still bash my head against the wall sometimes, going, "Why? I thought I had this figured out. I thought I had this figured out." But there's a lot more that goes into it. Obviously, there's a shit ton that goes into it that people don't even think about. So let's talk about that for a little bit before this video gets too insanely long. So yeah, the stock market. You can go on runs. Everyone loves to go on runs. Like I've said in the past, everyone likes to throw those touchdown passes, those Hail Marys. But they're less likely than not. I've caught some of the biggest wins in the market have been on giant fucking runs where I just say this thing is 100% going long or this thing's 100% going short, and you just invest as many shares as your equity will allow, and you take off, and it feels really fucking good. But you can't depend on that at all. That's like in my opinion, that's like a once a month, maybe once a month, maybe longer thing. But the more sustainable approach to the market is developing a strategy where you can get in and get out and get in and get out quickly. Make $50 here, $100 here, $50 here, $100 here, and get out. We're too busy chasing the leprechaun's gold at the end of the rainbow, if you will. We're too busy chasing that, and more often than not, we lose. But if you can consistently make $50 here and $100 here, and even a couple $100 a day, that's a pretty fucking good living. Even $100 a day is almost as much, or if not more, than what I was getting paid when I was a school teacher here in Deer Lodge. So if you can make $200 a day, you just doubled your salary, and generally you can do that pretty quickly. The problem is we get greedy. One of the biggest rules of the market is you cannot get greedy, which that's human nature. But make your money, get out, go enjoy the fucking birds. So today I'm working on, and I'll show my computer here so we can look and talk at the same time. So right here is kind of what I've been working on today, and this is a lot, so I don't want to dissect every single thing because who knows where you're at in your market journey. But for me, FCX at the top there, what do we know? FCX is Freeport-McMoRan. It's a copper mining company. It's one of my favorite companies. So anyways, when I'm disciplined, I write down everything I know about a certain security. So right there, number one, current price is $43.83. Daily high so far is $44.79. So it's down, almost $1. Daily current mean, which is, the high plus the low divided by 2, and then added to, the high added to the low or subtracted from the high. That'll give you your daily mean of 44.19. That's basically, just the exact middle point between your high and your low of the day. However, that changes, if you're breaking new lows or breaking new highs, depending on what the security's doing. And then boomerangs, I've talked about that. Everything has a boomerang. And if you look down, that's number 3, but if you look down at the very bottom where it says treat the market like a flowing river, this is more like a spiritual thing or just an observation looking at the market. It's constantly going in the opposite direction of what it just did. So if it jacks itself up, it's going to jack itself down. If it subtly goes up, it's subtly going to go down. And again, that might take a day, that might take a month, a year, who knows. But as a day trader, you're hoping that that's, during the day, obviously. So treat it like a river. Those rapids go up, those rapids go down. And anyways, back to number 2, these means, these averages really do matter because my Uncle Tony, a very wise man in the market, once told me that everything retracts to the mean. So if you're up at $50 a share, but the mean is at $44, that is an over-bloated security. Not that it's going to come all the way back to $44, but it's most likely going to come back significantly in that direction because everything retracts to the mean. Everything likes that middle point. The middle point is comfortable. That's on the teeter-totter. You don't need to guess if you're going up or going down because you're constantly in the middle. So remember that as you're going, and I don't want this video to be much longer than this, so we'll wrap it up here. But in your stock journey, remember everything retracts to the mean, and you can figure out that mean for the daily. You can figure out that mean for the 5 daily. It's the same process. It's what's the lowest point of the 5 daily and what's the highest point of the 5 daily. Add them together, divide them by 2, and that's your mean. That's where you're at. And you can do it for the monthly. So if you're over bloated, if you're 50 cents over bloated or $5, God forbid, over bloated, then maybe you want to short that stock. If you're not under bloated, but if you're short of the mean by a buck or two, unless the company is going bankrupt or something, you should definitely keep that in mind. Then you should go long to bring it back to the mean. Okay, hopefully that's not too convoluted. We'll get more into it in the future, but wanted to touch on financial independence. Remember, that's good. Everyone, including God, wants you to be financially free and financially independent. So stock market's one way to get there, and there's many other ways as well, so pursue those avenues. And have a good day. It's a beautiful day down here in Deer Lodge, Montana.